Oh. Where am I? There's no Hulkamaniacs here. I've never been here before. It's not hot. What is this place? I know you. I know you too. You two are behind the demise of Hulkamania. I know about the Zodiac. I know about the dangerous Kamala. Oh yeah. I know about the Man-Eater, the Shark. But etched in stone is a legacy, the immortality of Hulkamania. And you too will be buried beneath it. You don't understand, Hogan. This is where darkness dwells and lives. Nobody has ever been able to defeat the immortal Hulk Hogan, except yourself. You see, Hogan, you're the one that created me. And because of that, it's this simple. Your demise is etched in stone. Crush Hulkamania! My power is 1,000,000 times greater than the power of Hulkamania. I am the greatest giant to ever walk the face of the earth. And I am the one true immortal.
This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
PTB Wrestling Network, friends and family, happy Halloween. Because if you're listening to this, it's Halloween. We posted this on the feed on Halloween. And happy October 31st. I hope you have a safe one if you have a wonderful family with wonderful children, or even teenagers, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't stop trick-or-treating until I was 18. Of course, when you trick-or-treat in high school, your priorities change a little bit. But I did it, and we had a lot of fun. But tonight, we're not going to talk about trick-or-treating. We're going to talk about something safe and fun, like dying on the top of a building with a truck, because there's nothing safer than that. It is time for the WrestleTRAXX. I'm your co-host, Scott Criscuolo. Join me, as always, Mr. Greg Diener. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good, Scott. I think you're having a better night tonight than Brian Dable, to be honest.
Oh, Jesus. God, Scott Bruner couldn't have made that game any better today. But anyway, good to have you, Greg. So, as you know, WrestleTRAXX is a complete interactive you-pick show. Greg and I just do the show. We don't pick them. We pick the theme. We don't pick the show. So this month for October, if you went to the Place to Be group page, we posted 3. Of course, we weren't going to do, obviously, October, we're doing Halloween Havoc. We weren't doing, No Mercies or Hell in a Cells or whatever. We were doing Halloween Havoc. So we put 3 Halloween Havocs, 1989, 1995, and 1997. I'm not going to lie. I wanted 1997 to win. I was praying for a little Ray Eddie action and such. My cohort here was begging for a little fornicating of the Yeti. And guess what? He won. You wonderful listeners, thank you always for your support. I believe 47% picked Halloween Havoc 1995. So tonight, we are going to the Kobo to watch a guy get killed and a Yeti hump Hogan. Killing and humping. That's what we're doing tonight.
Is this on the Spice Channel tonight, Scott?
Exactly. We're on Viewer's Choice. The Playboy Channel. All right. So if you're on the cock, speaking of Spice Channel, and you have Halloween Havoc 1995 queued up, we are about to fire it up in 3, 2, 1. All right. So we get the spooky, not generic, but spooky and, crappy CGI garbage open. My God, how young Paul White looks. And we also remember, Greg, that this is when Hogan was in his pre-NWO wearing black phase, because he wanted to find his dark side or whatever the hell that was.
Oh, yeah, because remember they shaved his mustache.
Yes, and shaved his mustache, and he was wearing black, and he had a
do-rag.
A do-rag and a neck brace, and everything was all weird. So we had the Hulkster truck, the giant truck, and we were at Cobo Hall in Detroit, Michigan for Halloween Havoc 1995. I'm gonna be honest with you, Greg. I don't totally remember the rest of this show. I have not looked at the card ahead of time.
Oh, no.
So I'm kind of excited that I have not watched this show in probably, let's see, when the WWE Network first launched, I think I watched all the WCW pay-per-views in order. So it's probably been at least, I would say, about 8 years since I last watched this show. So this should be a lot of fun.
Oh, by the way, we were at Joe Louis Arena tonight. The Sumo Monster Truck match is being held at Cobo Hall. Correct?
Oh, funny you should mention that, because I could have sworn that so WWF only gave a shit about sharing arenas for the Garden, because obviously they didn't care about sharing anywhere else, because I could have sworn that the Joe was, strictly a WWF place. Now, having said that, this is right in the middle of an 8-year gap between pay-per-views at
we got the monster trucks.
This is already starting.
Yeah, well, they're practicing. I guess it's a practice run.
This is crazy. That's nuts. So Joe Louis Arena, of course, is a bastion of WWF too. We had Survivor Series 1991, and then WWF didn't come back here for a pay-per-view until 8 years later for Survivor Series 1999. So
coincidentally, also a pay-per-view headlined by Paul White.
That is true, although that one was more by accident.
Yeah.
So we had 4 dark matches. We had 4 dark matches on this show. Main event.
Yeah, main event.
Main event. There really was no such thing as a dark match, at least. So very strange main event matches. So Eddie Guerrero defeated Disco Inferno. Paul Orndorff defeated the Renegade. Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko, who pretty much just arrived in the company, defeated the Blue Bloods, Lord Steven Regal and Earl Robert Eaton. And then Sergeant Craig Pittman defeated VK Wall Street. So that was the start of that was the main event matches before the show. Our first match of the evening is actually a title match. I didn't realize we were. Oh, I guess they're doing a little.
Backstory.
Backstory of not necessarily our first match, but a match later on in the evening. But we all know what happens here.
I remember this. This is when Johnny B. Bad was supposed to fight Sting, and Johnny B. Bad was late coming to the arena.
Yes.
And we learned that it was DDP who was responsible.
Yep. I love you, Brian Pillman. So we had Pillman still resplendent in his Hollywood Blondes gear. Obviously, Steve Austin had been gone for a while. He was already doing stuff in ECW at this point. So now we have an interview with the Grease Monkey, Johnny B. Bad.
Johnny's like, oh, man, I had car trouble, Gene. I had a biggest ass flat.
I got run over by a monster truck. Of course, there's DDP, who is actually our world television champion. There's Kimberly and
Max Muscle.
Max Muscle. Looks like Jason from ECW. So Johnny B. Bad was supposed to, of course, face DDP for the television title. It was going to be our opening match. This is from WCW Saturday night, I'm guessing earlier in the evening. Now he's pissed off at Max Muscle, and we get a slap, and here we go. So, so our opener tonight from Detroit for the WCW World Television Championship, your champion Diamond Dallas Page against the challenger Johnny B. Bad. And I did always like the Halloween Havoc sets. They were always quite awesome. There's Kimberly, who's hot as hell. I gotta say though, these fucking unitard things that DDP has on look absolutely stupid.
Yeah,
they were absolutely idiotic looking, but I get it. He wasn't like, totally buff. He wouldn't look that good for a while. Of course, Kimberly was the Diamond Doll, and I don't think anybody knew they were married. Maybe they did. I don't know. They probably did. Yeah, I don't know if it was on the Meltzer or any of them ever knew that, but in any event. So, of course, DDP was mostly a manager early on, but kind of got into the swing of things as a singles wrestler by this time in 94, 95, and he won the television title earlier in the year. Of course, tonight, from the Renegade, who that fucking experiment shit the bed, and he was now put on the. Not only was he put on the pre-show or on main event, he couldn't even beat, all atrophied up Paul Orndorff.
Oh God!
So that's kind of sad. I do like that DDP is mocking Johnny B. Bad by using his boomstick, which is pretty funny. So, of course, tonight, as we do with all of our WrestleTRAXX, our third episode, we are going to give you what was going on in pop culture in October of 1995. NFL, Major League, of course, the Major League playoffs, baseball playoffs, the two winter teams in this city, meaning the Detroit Red Wings, and who had a very good season. We'll get to that. And the Pistons. And we'll let you know how the Lions are doing. The Tigers, as usual, are terrible. And the movies that were out in the fall of 95. So, I believe also Johnny B. Bad also was less androgynous by this point. Of course, we have a faker in the aisle, because right behind DDP is Johnny B. Bad. So he snuck in, and here we go. Our opener of this pay-per-view. What I was saying was Johnny B. Bad is much less androgynous as he was, say, like 3 years earlier, even 2 years earlier. He kind of looks more like Wild Man Mark Marrow at this point. Kind of pretty much dresses like he would be when he would arrive in the WWF, 6 months later.
Should be note, Scott, that a couple of months ago I did get a Bendum, WWF Bendum of Wild Man Mark Marrow.
Did you really? I didn't even know they did one.
$5.
Nice.
And at a card show, I got one of those old WCW trading cards signed by Johnny B. Bad that I got at a card show for $5.
Nice.
It has a COA and everything. So
that's awesome. I see in front of like JR and I used to do for the Raws. I always try to check out what you can tell who the hot sports teams are based on jerseys, and I saw a gentleman in the second row there with a very swank white Troy Aikman. We will speak more of him and his team a little bit later on. And now we work. Now working over a little armbar action. Nick Patrick, your referee. Yeah, I could have sworn that the show itself too was at Kobo, because I thought WWF was in that whole thing about Joe Louis. And although if you look at it, it doesn't look like Joe Louis.
No. Although the WWF was at the Palace at this time, weren't they?
True. They did do, obviously, you're right, because I said that they didn't do a pay-per-view here between Survivor Series 91 and 99, but of course SummerSlam 93 was at the Palace, and I'm sure they probably had Raws and other stuff there. Your crowd on this night, 13,000 was in the building on this night. On a side note, the Sumo Monster Truck match was taped the night before, just to break kayfabe. We'll get to that in a little while. Let's see, when do they do that?
It would have been a Saturday night.
Yeah, well, this was a Sunday. I'm trying to think where in the card. Oh, it's coming up later. Okay. So, obviously, we read the dark match, or the main event matches to you. Obviously, the big influx, Bischoff pretty much robbed the guys from ECW. Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko. Like, they took the original trio of radicals, and then the WWF took the same radicals 5 years later when they were 5 years better. So, how about that, huh?
And that Bischoff was the end of Bischoff takes them.
Yeah. Bischoff takes them and throws them on the pre-show. Vince takes them and puts them in the front row on Raw. So, tells you who's actually the smarter guy in that aspect.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're watching ECW 1995, and we are going to put some ECW on our polls. We will definitely put some ECW. We have a very specific poll for November, just to let everybody know. I'll mention it at the end of the program. We have a very specific poll. We're only going to have two choices for the month of November, but it goes in line with Mr. Diener and his wonderful show. It was a thing on TV over on the Pop feed. Very specific for the month of November. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So this month we're only going to have two picks, but then for just starting back in December, we'll go back to having three choices. But next month it is only two, and that episode of WrestleTRAXX will drop on Thanksgiving Day. So, so if you're home and you're waiting for the turkey and you're not a Lions fan, or God forbid you're not a Cowboys fan, you could listen to the WrestleTRAXX. I don't know, what's the night game this Thanksgiving? I don't even know.
I think it's Niners Seahawks.
Oh, well, that's actually that might be the best game of the day. I think we're playing the Commanders. I think the Cowboys. So
I'd rather watch Dak than Geno Smith, just from experience.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot what the Lions are playing. My game's probably on Fox, which means the Lions are probably playing an AFC team. Titans, maybe?
Actually, no. From what I understand, the Cowboys game's on CBS.
Oh,
because remember because they no longer do it by who's in the AFC or NFC anymore.
Yeah, they just do it. So, well, that makes sense because Cowboys and Rams were on CBS today. So figure that out. Anyway, I'm too old school to think about that kind of thing. So anyway, DDP getting his chops in. What were your thoughts on DDP as a worker at this point, Greg? He was still kind of raw. The outfit is just absolute crap, but he was definitely working his butt off. I think I definitely feel like you could see he was really trying to catch up with the rest of the roster. He's not a natural wrestler, of course. So, what were your thoughts on him at this point?
Well, I really did not like, but you know what? He did such a damn good job as a heel at this point. That I just didn't like him. But I gotta say, when we get to 97, when he has the feud with Savage and everything, he becomes super over.
Correct. Yeah, no, he definitely does. That's a couple years from now, and then of course by 99 he is WCW champion. So long road to hoe. He was bobbing back and forth during the when the NWO was at its zenith.
10. And Kimberly doesn't agree with the 10.
No. I'm trying to remember if the lottery ticket thing was going on yet.
Oh, that's one of my favorite angles ever.
Yeah, I know. He's wrestling in tights that have holes in the butt and everything. It's like fucking hilarious.
And then when he loses somebody, he's like down to like the end of his cigar.
Yeah. His tights are falling apart. His boots have no laces. It's pretty great. Crowd's pretty hot here. Good Detroit crowd. Always a good wrestling crowd. Of course, this is where Halloween Havoc still bounced around. I believe starting the next year. Let me double check. I believe starting the next year, 1996, is when they began. Yes, starting the next year, 1996, is when they would begin the run at the MGM Grand in Vegas.
And I'll tell you this much. WCW sure as hell booked a better crowd at the MGM Grand than Herb Abrams did.
That's true. Well, that's because the WCW crew paid for the drugs after the show, not before the show or during the show. Yes, so this was the second of two straight Halloween Havocs at Joe. Halloween Havoc 1994 was also there. That was the Hogan Flair cage match, which I just watched recently. I think it was on the stream. They were doing best of WWE, the best of Halloween Havoc. I think they were doing that main event. But then starting the following year, 1996, all the way till the last Halloween Havoc in 2000, all of the shows would be at the MGM Grand in Vegas. And that would, of course, include the memorable 98 where the feed cut out at the end because nobody knew how to book proxies for their feeds. And, of course, since 2020, we have had NXT has done Halloween Havoc. So, and, of course, this coming week, Halloween night, will be night 2 of NXT's Halloween Havoc currently. Last week was night 1. Becky Lynch dropped the women's title to Lyra Valkyria. And then this coming Tuesday, it will be Ilya Dragunov defending the NXT title against Carmelo Hayes. So meanwhile, DDP is still really working Johnny B. Bad over here still.
Yeah.
Still dominating the action.
Yeah, I gotta say that Becky Lynch match from last week that was a really great match.
I agree. Yes, it was. Very much so. I thought the whole card was pretty good. I think this week's card will be pretty good as well. But I like that NXT. That's the one thing I like about WWE. They, Vince at the time, now he has no fucking say, would never openly take the WCW names. But I'm glad that Triple H is like, you know what, you're being a baby. Let's give them to NXT.
And that's why you love Hunter.
Of course, because he's not stupid. He knows what makes money. Stop being a spoiled brat, Vince. Idiot. And that's why I still think WWE should use Starrcade. I'm telling you. The only 3 that are really good, I mean, the Great American Bash they used. They should still use Halloween Havoc. They should use Starrcade, and I think they should use Super Brawl. Those are the best. Those are the best WCW pay-per-view nicknames.
Yeah.
Was not a Slamboree fan. I wasn't an uncensored fan. World War III, we don't really need because we already got that.
And we got War Games back.
Yeah. Yep. So, but I think they should use Halloween Havoc, which they do. I think they should use Starrcade, and they should use Super Brawl. Those are the 3 that I think. I always thought those were the most successful of the WCW pay-per-view brands. So DDP is really working Johnny B. Bad over. Really laying the wood to him here. Not much offense out of Johnny B. Bad in this match. I didn't see how long this match was. I didn't think it was going to be terribly long. Let me see.
It was I think it was like 12, 13 minutes.
It was 17:01.
Wow.
I didn't think it was that long. So interesting. Max Muscle distracting Nick Patrick while DDP is choking. Oh, now he's getting a strap. There we go. Very nice. I think, of course, the Diamond Doll not in favor. But good heel work by, I got to say, now we're talking about DDP. And he's pretty much, and of course, Diamond Doll not happy because she doesn't like mean heely things. So.
Just shaking her head like, no, no,
yes,
no.
She's very distraught. And you got Max Muscle, who looks like Jason from Jason Knight from ECW.
I thought you were gonna say Jason from Friday the 13th.
From Friday the 13th. Well, he's starting to get a skullet. So Jason had a skullet by the fifth one, probably the sixth one. Really working him over. I believe all the titles are on the line. Let me look at the card real quick. Let's see. We have actually these only two. Oh. This and the world title are the only two matches involving titles tonight. This one and the WCW world title. Yeah. So okay.
Well, Scott, I'm so excited. We're gonna have a sumo monster truck match, and we're gonna have a dynamite main event.
Yes, yes, we are. Oh. But Sting's the U.S. champion, and he's in a tag. I don't know who the tag team champions are. Probably
Harlem Heat.
Probably Harlem Heat, I'm assuming. There was no cruiserweight title at the time, I don't think yet, right? No, I guess there was.
I think we're a year away from the cruiserweight title.
Yeah, the light heavyweight title kind of faded in the brush, so we didn't have a cruiserweight title. Johnny B. Bad trying to get a little something back here. Trying to get back into it. He pretty much just had no offense except when he jumped DDP at the beginning.
Oh. No, this is like a one person dominating this match.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Tripped him up. He had taken a shot in the breadbasket.
Oh!
Nope, but he got him with the right hand. Is he bleeding? I think DDP has a cut on his face or something. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's mixed into his beard. Reverse atomic drop.
Oh, right in the balls.
Right in the balls. And then we have another atomic drop. Some more marble squishing. And now you got the Golden Gloves. Big offense here from Johnny B. Oh, a little Hurricane Rana.
Ooh.
Up to the top rope. What do we got? Oh, double axe handle. But please tell me it's not what that ends the match. Okay, good. That would have been a crappy ending. Johnny B. Bad. Oh, he's looking at Diamond Doll. Oh, hell. All right.
Oh, 10.
And Max Muscle did not approve. Nobody cares what you think. I don't know what happened to that guy.
I think he was pumping my gas in Jersey.
Pretty much. Working for Power Pro. Ooh, power bomb. 1, 2. Kicks out. There you go. So Johnny B. Bad trying to mount an attack here. I don't know what that was. It was kind of like a hip toss flapjack thing, but it worked. Some type of morph there. So both guys are down. Been a fun little opener, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Fun little opener. Kind of enjoyed it. Turning over. DDP going for the pin. 1, 2. One kicks out. This has been exceptional. Oh, going for the diamond cutter. And no. DDP is stopped with the rope. 2. No. I thought Johnny B. Bad was going to put his feet on the ropes. Throws him into the corner. That was awkward. Gets the second turnbuckle. We're going to get some right hands.
1, 2.
Oh,
now. Oh.
Flipped him over. Are we going to get the DQ? No, this is real wrestling. We don't have shitty rules.
No, we're not playing by Bill Watts rules tonight.
Yeah, we're not playing by... Exactly. And, he almost did the 619. And instead, he does a nice flip. There we go. Takes out both DDP and Max Muscle. The set, I feel like the crowd is much more condensed than it would be for like a WWF pay-per-view. And there's a kind of a slingshot slam, but DDP kicks out. This match has been hella fun, gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah, not gonna lie. This is much better than I remember it.
Oh, Max Muscle from behind, and you saw that coming. Oh, he didn't hit him, though. But then he hit the drop kick, knocks Max Muscle off the ropes. We get a schoolboy roll-up, and no, DDP kicks out. I thought that was I thought that was the end of the match, actually. Oh, leverage with the tights. Throws him out. Max Muscle gets thrown into the... Oh, no, he was stopped. Wow, nice move. He's a big dude, whoever he was. Up, and another miscommunication. Max Muscle does not sell that punch much. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new WCW World Television Champion, Johnny B. Bad, because of the miscommunication between DDP and Max Muscle. So, was not a fan of that television title belt. I miss the... Actually, the one that, obviously the one that's in the current NWA, the one like Arn had in the 80s, that belt is fucking great. But, the Diamond Doll is very pleased.
Ooh.
I have to say the TV title belt from like 93, when Regal had it, was a pretty sweet belt.
Yeah.
This belt I always thought looked very generic, but
yeah.
That's me.
I like the NWA TV title better because you had the big three networks on the belt.
Yeah, I always thought that was cool. No, I agree. I totally agree.
Especially the proud NBC logo on the belt. Very underrated.
Yes. So we open the show with a title change. Johnny B. Bad, the new WCW World Television Champion, and the Diamond Doll approves. She is happy that her man is a bum and lost. So there we go. So we get our wide shot, and DDP and Max Muscle are pissed, and now Tony and Bobby go over stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Greg, go ahead.
I was going to say, first time he mentioned, Tony, that we're ever going to see the Giant wrestle, so.
Yes. While they're chatting, Greg, why don't you pick something from our pop culture cornucopia that was going on at that time?
Okay, so we mentioned Joe Louis Arena, so let's talk about their tenant, the Detroit Red Wings. In 95-96, they finished with a 62-13-7 record, 131 points.
They were beasts.
Oh, God, yeah. First in the Central Division under Scotty Bowman that year. And they went all the way to the Western Conference Finals, where they lost in 6 games to the Colorado Avalanche.
Yep. Devastating.
Yeah, first season for Colorado in the West after moving from Quebec.
That's true.
Zodiac.
Yes, the Zodiac.
Yes, no, yes, no.
Zodiac. Gimmick number 214 for Ed Leslie in WCW.
Oh, all right. So while that's going on, some of the notable names, of course, from the roster in 96 for the Red Wings include Sergei Fedorov, Steve Yzerman, Chris Osgood, Keith Primeau, Paul Coffey, Dino Ciccarelli.
Good team.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing they lost to Colorado. It was crazy.
And that was the year Colorado swept the Panthers, where the Panthers, with the Beezer, John Van Beesbrook, they had that miraculous run to the Cup final.
Yes, they did. Yeah. It was a crazy Cup final. Very weird.
With the Rats.
Yep. Oh, the Rats. That's right. The fucking Rats.
And as Macho Man's come into the ring, let me talk about the Pistons. 95-96. They finished 5th in the NBA Central Division at 46-36. Doug Collins, the coach at that time, and they would lose in round 1 to Orlando 3 straight. And some of the names on the Pistons in 96, we have Grant Hill in his 2nd season. Joe Dumars still there in his 10th season. Allen Houston in his 3rd season.
Oh, okay.
And let's see, Thea Ratliff, Otis Thorpe, and that's about it for notable names. So it's basically Grant Hill, Joe Dumars, a young Allen Houston, and a bunch of other guys.
Wow. There we go. Well, the Pistons were obviously, a few years past the Bad Boys era, so guys had aged out, and Isaiah was gone, and Dumars was pretty much the only guy left. Kind of like when the poor end of the Lakers in the early '90s, when by '94, pretty much James Worthy was the only one left.
Byron Scott.
Yep, he was gone. No, he did stick around actually. AC Green was gone. They had traded him to Dallas, I think. And by the mid '90s, they were done. So
hold on. Oh wait, we got a fan in the ring.
What the? I don't even know what the fuck this is. I forgot about this. So Booty Man. So Zodiac and Savage are wrestling here, and some crazy chick runs in the ring. Obviously, we're not showing on camera him getting the fucking crap kicked out of him. I can't believe that. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, obviously they're not showing on camera, but they are fucking that guy up something fierce. There's like 7 guys in suits over there. They are just totally mauling that chick. I thought it was a woman. Maybe it was a guy. I don't even know, but
who knows?
Who knows? But finally there's some order. They go back in the ring.
Oh yeah, Kamala was supposed to wrestle in this match, but then he left.
Yes. That was a terrible missing flop. Of course, Zodiac looks up and goes, "Oh, he's doing his elbow. I better get ready."
And they're taking that fan away.
Yep. And there we go.
Flying elbow.
So Savage wins the match in 90 seconds.
So Scott, remember, the stipulation is if Lex Luger now wins his match against who's Luger facing on this card?
Oh, Luger is facing Meng.
Okay, so if Luger beats Meng, Randy Savage will wrestle Lex Luger later in the show.
Yes. That'll be coming up a couple of matches from now. We got a couple of short matches up now. So Randy Savage beats the Zodiac in a minute and a half, while some poor Detroit yokel gets the fucking crap pounded out of them by security. I don't know why you would jump in the ring.
He probably got his ribs hurt more than Tyrod Taylor today.
Oh, jeez. This guy probably was the third-string quarterback. This is probably Danny DeVito or Tommy, whatever the fuck his name is.
Tommy DeVito.
It should be. Might as well be Danny DeVito. So we are back, and Mean Gene is backstage. Wow, he is totally dyeing his hair at this point.
What's the tease?
1-900-909-9900. How do we know it's no longer active? Has anyone tried? Maybe I should call right now.
No, don't. It might be something worse.
Yeah, it might be something worse. It might be the AEW hotline. We now have an interview with our new world television champion, Johnny B. Bad. He would hold the belt for a little bit, and then, let's see, he would drop it to...
I think it's Luger.
Let's see. Because obviously he doesn't hold it. Because obviously he's gone from WCW eventually. Let's see. So he won it here. He loses it. Yes, he loses it to Luger at a house show in Baltimore. Luger holds the belt for a day, and then Johnny B. Bad wins it back the next night at a house show in Norfolk, Virginia. He holds it for 17 days, and then Lex Luger wins it again on an episode of WCW Saturday Night in Macon, Georgia on March 6th of 1996. And, of course, by then, Johnny B. Bad is gone and off to WWF. So Why are they? Look at they're talking about. Well, I will say this: I've been to Detroit. The Greek food is exceptional. I am going to say that. Exceptional Greek food in the city of Detroit. I have to say that. That is a total truth.
I gotta say, Mean Gene singing around a Tutti Frutti. I'd like to hear that.
Maybe we'll do a WrestleTRAXX of the Slammies or something. Who knows?
Oh yeah, because I know it's sung that.
So we're back with. I still was stunned that Red Wings team lost to the Avalanche. Colorado had a good team. I mean, because I knew the year before that Quebec had a good team because they gave the Rangers a good run, I think, in the first round of the East the year before. What would end up being this previous spring before the Nordiques moved to Colorado. So we're getting a little. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Bobby. He's making fun of Road Warrior Hawks all around.
Yes. So we're up now with our next match and a little backstory. Road Warrior Hawk injured at the hands of Kurosawa. He almost tore his arm off his body. Kurosawa's real name was Manabu Nakanishi, who, of course, is a very well-known Japanese wrestler. So we have a very unusual Road Warrior Hawk solo match, which is very strange. But he will be taking on Kurosawa, and he is coming out first.
And accompanied by the Colonel.
Yes, Colonel Rob Parker. Indeed. Kurosawa would stick around for a little bit, I think. Well-known New Japan guy.
Well, Scott, we're waiting for Road Warrior Hawk. How about I talk about the 95 MLP postseason?
Yes, well, not a fun one for me because all the teams were in it I hated, but...
It feels like me in 2023.
Yes. Yes, that is true.
But before we started the postseason, we had a one-game tiebreaker for the American League West title. It was California and Seattle. Because remember, Seattle had come all the way back. I think they were down 14 in August to the Angels.
Yes.
And they came all the way back, forced a one-game playoff, and they absolutely dominated the Angels in that one-game playoff. I think Luis Soho had a little league inside the park grand slam home run in that.
Yes, and I also think I'm pretty sure that Randy Johnson utterly dominated.
Oh yeah.
That game. I think he struck out 15 Angels or something. Let's see. They finished 79 and 66. Remember, the season started late because they were still mopping up the fucking stupid strike. So, let's see. Yep, October 2nd, they beat the Angels 9-1. Randy Johnson, wow. Randy Johnson went 18-2 that year.
Oh,
for the Mariners.
He was a beast that year.
He was a beast. Randy, and then Mark Langston got blown out. He finished 15-7.
Well, if anything for Angels fans, 7 years from now, they'll have much better days.
They will. Yes, they will.
But ALDS, because remember, this is the first year of the division series.
Correct.
Boston and Cleveland. Cleveland swept Boston 3 straight. And I believe game 1, because we talked about the baseball network, because this was the period on between 94 and 85. We talked about this on It Was a Thing on TV, where Major League Baseball had the right split between NBC and ABC.
Yes.
And so we mentioned this game 1, where Cleveland beat Boston in the 13th inning on a walk-off home run by Tony Pena, swinging on a 3-0 pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 5-hour game. 5 hours and 1 minute.
Wow.
But the other ALDS, Seattle and New York, that was an ALDS for the ages.
Yes, it was.
The Yankees won game 1 9-6. And then in game 2, we had that classic 15-inning game between the Yankees and the Mariners, won by someone who would be a big hero in the Bronx a year from now, Mr. Jim Leyritz, with a game-winning home run in the bottom of the 15th inning.
Yep, in the rain, off Tim Belcher. I remember I was in my bedroom. I was actually watching the game with Dr. G, and my dad had walked in from work, and my mom had fallen asleep. And I remember, obviously, Ruben Sierra homered earlier in the game, and then Big Donnie. Donnie hit it, and I remember Gary Thorne saying, "Oh, baby, hang on to the roof." And that place went absolutely batshit when Donnie hit that bomb in, I think it was the 5th inning or 6th inning. And because it just, obviously, after 13 years of putting up great numbers for a team that had some of the shittiest pitching of the 80s, Donnie finally got to the postseason. And, I mean, he hit .417, but that game 2 it was the beginning. It was a taste of what was to come for Yankee fans for the next 4 or 5 years.
But then when we get to Seattle, it all falls apart.
Yep, everything changed.
Yeah. Mariners take game 3 7-4, take game 4 11-8, and then the Mariners come back. Oh, holy crap! We got an upset here.
Yes, Kurosawa actually beat Road Warrior Hawk with his foot on the ropes.
Damn.
Crazy.
I did not expect this. What, Colonel Parker? He's like, "Oh, I'm hurt."
I am, and WCW fans throwing crap. Looks like they were throwing clementines or something. It's very strange. Some kind of random fruit. You lost, Hawk. Sorry. I love you, buddy. You're my favorite tag team ever, but you lost.
All right. Well, let's get to game 5 of the ALDS. So, Yankees had a lead in the 8th inning. Mariners tied it. And then we go to extra innings in the 11th inning. Edgar Martinez, the big hit, scoring Ken Griffey Jr. to win the ALDS for the Mariners. And then Buck Showalter's reign in the Bronx. And then the next year, we all know what happens.
Yep. George said, time to clean house. We saw guys like Mike Stanley leave. Jack McDowell, who gave everybody the finger, but nobody liked him anyway. He left. And then Joe Torre came in. And I will never forget the back of that. I think it was the Daily News. Clueless Joe.
Oh.
Torre has no idea what he's getting himself into.
Okay, Ian O'Connor. Jackass.
Oh, God. So funny. Meanwhile, in the National League, you had obviously there was no champion in '94. We were going to definitely have a new world champion because the technically defending world champion Toronto Blue Jays, as Greg mentioned, did not make the playoffs. So we were guaranteed a new world champion. We were going to get a new National League champion because the actual defending champion Philadelphia Phillies did not make the playoffs. Although I went to a game at the Vet that season, 2 of them actually, early in the year. The Phillies actually, they were not too bad early on. They would end up finishing 3rd.
Oh, hold on. We missed this. The mustache is crooked promo. I'm a better man. Oh.
I want to ask you one other question because everywhere I go, people are talking about these 2 monster trucks.
And everywhere Mean Gene goes, they don't want to talk to him about anything. They just want to talk to him about what is the deal with these monster trucks, Gene? Yeah.
Savage is, he would have been here a year at this point.
Yeah, because Starrcade. So we're 10 months in.
Yeah. So he obviously, I'm sure he was promised some things that had not come his way yet. We go back to the ring.
Our next match.
Mustache nose. So next up we have, fancy colored spooky spider webs, and it is Mr. JL.
Oh, Jerry Lynn.
Mr. J. Oh, he's not Mr. He's actually just JL, but I like Mr. better. Mr. JL. Look at that. Of course, he is indeed Jerry Lynn. Nobody knew that at the time. Nobody knew who he was at the time. He was just JL. I think that's kind of great.
Looking like a Power Ranger here.
Yeah, it looked like it looked very close to what Ray would wear 2 years later. Very similar. So guess who JL is taking on? Oh my. This was his cup of coffee in WCW before he was pretty much booted. And that is Sabu.
And
led to the ring. Yes, by his real uncle, Eddie Farhat, the Sheik. Of course, big deal because Eddie was the head booker, and he was the man in the Detroit area for many, many years in the business.
Pretty sad for the Sheik. He's not going to be able to steal any money from the box office.
Exactly, yes. And that's no cheese cutter. Waiting to see for the pencil there.
Oh, what a baseball. Well, all right. So now let's get into the NLDS as we're going to see Sabu make some crazy moves here. So Atlanta and Colorado was the first NLDS matchup. This was Colorado winning the wild card in their third year. Atlanta won it 3-1. And then the NLDS matchup, other one, was the Reds and the Dodgers. The Reds winning in 3 straight. So get to the championship series in a bit here. But
I don't think the Sheik was meant to get hit earlier by Sabu's feet.
No.
Because I'm sure he was supposed to. I'm sure he was told. I'm sure he said, "No bumps for me, thanks."
I'll tell you this: when I was 11, Scott, and I saw Sabu for the first time in WCW, I'm like, "What is this? This is insane! What this guy's doing?"
Totally. I remember watching him. That's this summer because the previous May here in '95, I had graduated from college, and I had. That summer, I was working part-time, and I really hadn't thought about getting a job yet. So I spent most of the summer pretty much drinking, going to visit my girlfriend, who at the time was living upstate. She stayed at school through college, stayed up in her school through the summer, is what I meant to say, and stayed up late to watch ECW at 2:00 in the morning on MSG. And that's when I first saw Sabu, and then I saw him, come to WCW, and I'm like, I don't know how long this guy's going to last here. I feel like this is not his, cup of tea, and of course I was right. But of course Jerry Lynn would make himself. I don't know what this is just terrible. That's just a bad pin there.
Oh.
Of course, JL, meaning Jerry Lynn, would make a legacy of himself in ECW, and then later on in TNA. He was a TNA original, actually. He was there in 2002 when TNA launched. This match has been very clunky. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my... Oh!
Oh, goddamn. He almost killed him there.
Ugh.
That wasn't pretty.
No.
I'm surprised with Bischoff in charge that he brought Sabu in because Vince, as you know, not Vince, Eric Eazy-E was not the biggest fan of ECW, so I mean he did cherry pick the actual good guys in ECW, Benoit, Eddie, and Dean, but they weren't really ECW guys. They were just really good guys who happened to be in ECW. Sabu is an ECW guy, so I was very surprised that that Bischoff would want him.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's moves like that made me like appreciate Sabu. He gets the W.
Oh!
Sheik threw a fireball at JL.
And now he's threatening everybody in the front row with a scimitar. That's classy. Probably asking, give me $20. Give me $20. Those tickets, you didn't pay for those. I think Eddie Farhat lived until, I think he died probably in the mid-2000s. He probably passed away.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Bobby's like, he threw a ball of fire in Mr. JL's kisser.
Let's see. Eddie Farhat died January 18th, 2003. He was 76. Sabu was his nephew. So Eddie Farhat was 68 at this time when he took that shot to the face on that flip. So
I just love that she just he just casually threw that fireball at JL.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? It was almost like he meant to. So while they're talking, why don't we get more into the postseason? So,
all right, ALCS, Seattle and Cleveland. Seattle wins game 1. Cleveland wins game 2, 5-2. So we go to the Jake for this for the next 3. Mariners win 5-2 in 11 innings. Indians win 7-0. Indians 3-2 in game 5. And then in the Kingdom, Cleveland wins their first American League pennant since 1954, winning 4-0.
Yes.
And then in the NLCS, Atlanta and Cincinnati, Atlanta swept the Reds. Atlanta won 2 games at Riverfront extra innings and then took games 3 and 4 to send a World Series between 2 teams with problematic names.
Yes. You know, it's funny you say that. I want to talk about that for a minute because, not that I want to go down this rabbit hole, but so I was talking to a friend of mine who's actually a Kansas City Chiefs fan. He was with me on my weekend sojourn to Cooperstown, which, by the way, if you've never been there, anybody listening, it should be, if you are any kind of a fan of baseball, it should be on your bucket list. It's an amazing place.
Oh, we're in the Dungeon of Doom.
Oh, maybe we should just keep talking then.
Sullivan!
The fucking wizard.
All right, so go back to Cooper.
So we were saying that, yes, Indians, even though the Cleveland fan base told everybody to butt out and stay, mind your own fucking business. It's pretty much what I've been told by Guard Indians fans. This is none of your business, so get the fuck out of Cleveland. I don't know if, other than getting rid of that terrible secondary logo, I don't think you'll ever see because I've heard that the term Braves is not derogatory. A Brave is a young Native American, so I think it was more the iconography, like that, the yelling head with the fucking feather, and they got rid of that. So I don't think the term Braves is going anywhere because it's not as derogatory as, say, Redskins. So,
although let's be honest, the chop does not help.
No, the chop doesn't help, and that probably should go. And as a Met fan, I approve. But I told my friend, the Kansas City Chiefs, same thing. A chief is actually a term of respect. More than and really, other than you have any visuals of Native Americans.
No.
It's the weapon. I mean, an arrowhead is real. It's not made up. So it was an interesting conversation. But anyway, yes, the obviously the term Indians, in the global sense, probably needed to go. But enough of that. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I really wanted Cleveland to win, obviously, because the Braves suck ass. I was anticipating a good series, though, if I remember correctly.
So this World Series, I believe, because this was split between ABC and NBC, because ABC was supposed to have the World Series in '94, but because of the strike, ABC and NBC had to split the series.
Correct.
So games 1 and 2 were won by Atlanta. We go to Cleveland. Cleveland won Game 3 in extra innings, 7-6. Game 4 was 5-2 Atlanta. Cleveland wins Game 5, 5-4, and then we go to Game 6. I believe it was David Justice who hit the big home run in Game 6.
Yes, David Justice.
And then Tom Glavine pitches a one-hit shutout, and the Atlanta problematic names win their first world title in Atlanta by a final score of 1-0. And just to let you know, Scott, Game 5 of the World Series was actually the last MLB telecast by ABC, because if you'll remember, ABC got out of baseball and Fox took ABC's half of the coverage starting the next year.
Yes.
And that would be the last ABC telecast of Major League Baseball until the 2020 pandemic season, when ABC simulcast some of the ESPN Wildcard Series games.
Yes. And something we mentioned, Greg, on our WrestleTRAXX last month when we did In Your House Mind Games, it seemed fitting, and Dr. G has always said this to me, being the Yankee fan that he is, that it seemed fitting that Fox would come in and take baseball over just as the Yankees the Yankees emergence began, because Joe Buck is always chided as the voice of the Yankees, and of course he was never a fan of that, because he's not a Yankee fan. He's a Cardinal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he always thought that was funny. He likes saying, "Oh, Joe Buck, the voice of the Yankees." So right now we have Hulk Hogan dressed in black, which I think is pretty damn funny. Looking weird with the no mustache. Obviously, the mustache was shaved off because he was doing I'm assuming he was doing Thunder in Paradise.
Well, no, he was doing Santa with muscles.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's here with, I don't know, I have no idea who any of these people are.
This is the contest for the Harley Davidson.
See, now WWE should have done something easier than giving a house away to that putz from Arizona at In Your House 1. Probably should have just, given away a nice Harley.
And also remember, the Giant ran over the Hulkster's motorcycle of a monster truck. That's why we have the monster truck match.
Yes. Doris, tell us what Carlini is in store for our winner. First, Mike, I'd like to congratulate you on winning the Harley Davidson. We've put together an apparel package for you here. Ooh. Some sweatshirts, t-shirts, and a hat. And also back in our store in Redford, we have an exhaust system, some Carlini paint savers, and a Carlini torque arm. Hogan's looking at him like, I know what the fuck any of that shit is. So look at that, huh? Very nice.
Oh, nice.
I wonder if Hogan signs it. No, Hogan's taking it because he doesn't have his motorcycle anymore. But it is funny that Hogan is already kind of tipping his hand because he's already wearing black, which I find it is still very funny.
Well, Scott, remember, as he said in one promo, we all know what a guy in black gloves and a do-rag can do. Get it?
Oh, God. I do think that even before any thoughts of him turning heel or NWO or anything, I think that Hogan was probably trying to sort of phase out the red and yellow and maybe even be a babyface with black on, or change things up a little bit, because obviously that gimmick was starting to run its course. So.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, it gave him like an edge.
Yes.
Ooh.
Little did we realize Jimmy Hart, what was going on in the back of his mind at that moment.
Oh, I wonder. What's Jimmy thinking?
He's going to turn heel and knock out that chick behind him and take all the apparel.
Oh my God.
I want those sweatshirts.
Ooh. Oh, what's coming up in November?
War.
Oh, no. Boy, what a disaster that turned out to be. But they'd have it for 4 years. Dear Lord.
That is crazy.
You've seen one ring, but never 3. One giant in each ring.
One thing I noticed about WCW pay-per-views that WWF pay-per-views didn't do as much was lots of announcer talking. That was a big thing for them.
All right, so let's talk about Week 9 in the NFL in 1995 while we have this moment here. So, your Dallas Cowboys, not the defending world champions at the time, because obviously that's San Francisco at this time, but they beat Atlanta this week, Scott, 28-13, and Dallas would go on to be 7-1. And
yes.
Let me just see. Oh, I didn't realize June Jones was coaching the Falcons at this time.
Yes.
Okay, Troy was 19 for 25, 198 yards, 2 TDs. Jeff George was starting for the Falcons at this time. 18 for 30, 175 and a TD. Emmett had 167 yards rushing and a TD. We got Ming and Luger coming up here. I forgot about that weird thing Ming wore on his head at this time. And the fans are still throwing crap.
Yep.
Okay.
So Ming is taking on Lex Luger in this match, and if Luger wins, he gets Savage later on in the evening.
All right. Cleveland and Cincinnati at Riverfront Stadium. Cleveland winning an OT 29-26 on a Matt Stover field goal. Eric Zier, I'm guessing Vinny was out at this time. He was the starting QB for the Browns. 26 for 46, 310 a TD. Jeff Blake for Cincinnati, 20 for 35, 249, 2 TDs. Future Kansas City and Washington offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy for the Bengals had 6 catches for 95 yards.
Oh, Eric sleeping with Bieniemy.
Yeah, as Chris Berman would say. And Andre Rison for the Browns, 7 catches, 173 yards on a TD. Of course, the Browns would go to 4-4, but it would go downhill as well. We all know what would happen later in the year with Cleveland. Mr. Modell and Move and some dark. It broke my co-host on It Was a Thing on TV, Mike Claus's heart when the Browns moved to Baltimore. But at least thankfully the Browns have a good team this year, despite losing today to Seattle. But so the Jets and the Colts. This was obviously the Rich Kotite first season when they went 3-13, and they got Keyshawn with the number 1 overall pick the next year.
Correct.
Colts 17-10. Bubby Brister, the starter for the Jets, 19 for 31, 154 TD and an interception. Jim Harbaugh, 9 for 14, 87 yards. I guess he wasn't really good at stealing signs back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, this would be the year the Colts won all the way to the AFC title game. And we got Lions-Packers at the Silverdome across town earlier that day of Halloween Havoc. And it was the Lions 24-16 over the Packers. Brett Favre 26 for 43, 304, but threw 3 interceptions. Scott Mitchell threw for 3 TDs, 249 yards. Barry Sanders rushed for 167 yards. And Herman Moore, 6 catches, 147 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Scott, he had a nice reception because he had a 69-yard TD reception from Scott Mitchell in the second.
Wow.
And Carolina in their expansion season defeating New England 20-17 over at Foxborough. John Casey getting the game winner in OT. Unfortunately, if only John Casey managed to actually kick the ball not out of bounds like 8 years later against New England. Kerry Collins, 309 yards, 2 TDs for the Panthers. Drew Bledsoe, 22-44, 228. Curtis Morton in his rookie season with New England, 85 yards, 2 TDs. And in their first season in St. Louis, the Rams, unfortunately this day, Scott, would lose to the Eagles at the Vet 20-9. You want to know who was starting for the Rams?
March Bolt. No, that's too early. Tony Banks?
No, Chris Miller.
Oh, jeez. I forgot he's the Falcons for the Rams.
Yeah, 26 for 43, 262, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. Rodney Peete had the start for the Eagles, 166 yards, a TD. Isaac Bruce, I believe this is his second year, 105 yards receiving, 1 TD for the Rams. And another expansion team their first year, the Jaguars, playing the Steelers. The Steelers at Three Rivers, 24-7 over the Jags. Mark Brunell for Jacksonville, 189 yards and a TD. Neil O'Donnell for Pittsburgh, 178 yards, 2 TDs. And Yancey Thigpen, 87 yards receiving for the Steelers, a TD in the win.
Good player, Yancey.
Ric Flair being attended to, according to Tony.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he'll be coming in the ring. Oh, that's good. That's good. He'll be wrestling tonight. Oh, thank God. Oh, we have our third overtime game, Scott, on this day. Arizona, a 20-14 win over the Seahawks. Lorenzo Lynch, a 72-yard interception returned in OT for the 20-14 victory. And some guy named John Freeze was starting for the Seahawks.
Wow, John Freeze.
Let me look up his IND. Oh, he was on San Diego. Yep. He was on the Redskins. He was on the Seahawks, New England, and New England. Wow, he had 2 different stints with New England. Jeez. Dave Craig was the starter for Arizona. 200 yards, a TD, 2 interceptions. Chris Warren rushed for 127 for the Seahawks. Yeah.
Good player, Chris Warren.
And okay. Miami and Buffalo. Miami a 23-6 winner over the Bills. Jim Kelly, 147 yards. Dan Marino, 232 yards. Deaver had a touchdown in that game. Terry Kirby and Bernie Parmalee had
Parmalee.
Okay. They both had a rushing touchdown each for the Dolphins. And that, I think, is it for the touchdowns. Yeah, it was like a 6-6 game into the fourth quarter, and the Dolphins got those 2 touchdowns late. So they scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. The score was like, the game was actually much closer going in the fourth quarter than the final score indicates. So at the Astrodome, in their next to last season in Houston, the Oilers, 19-7 winners over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I believe, Sam Weich was still coaching for the Buccaneers at this time. Because obviously the next year would be Tony Dungy's first year in Tampa Bay.
Correct. Yep.
So Trent Dilfer for Tampa Bay, 10 for 23, 82 yards, 3 interceptions. And starting for the Oilers, Chris Chandler.
Oh, okay.
167 yards, no TDs. And let me just see. Oh, yeah, Eddie George would be the next year, I think.
Yeah, well, he won the Heisman in what? That year, 95.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meng's given Luger here. I almost called him loser. Sound like Matt Souza. Meng giving Luger a pretty good beating in this match so far.
Oh yeah, well it's Meng. Of course he's got to give somebody a beating. Why I love Meng. Why haven't they made? I think someone made a retro figure of Haku recently. One of those companies, of a Hasbro style figure. Which good. He deserves one, Meng. Okay, so while Meng has him in this choke lock, Frank Wycheck is with the Oilers at this time, so obviously he would go on to be a big contributor in that '99 Super Bowl team in Tennessee. But wait a second, Scott. I think I've had a former Cowboys sighting in this game.
I see.
Alvin Harper had one catch for 3 yards.
Oof.
Yeah, he fell off the face of the earth once he left Dallas. But he was a magnificent player for you guys in those Super Bowl teams.
Yeah, he was a great secondary receiver. He had a big catch that won us that NFC Championship game.
Yeah, that was a hell of a catch he made.
Yeah, it was a good cross pattern, and then he caught I think 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, and then he went to Washington. Doing well. Luger making a comeback here. Again, Luger wins this match, and he gets Savage later on in the show.
Yeah. Oh, we got 1, 2. Oh, damn it. Okay. New Orleans, San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans, an 11-7 winner over the Saints. Elvis Gerbach had the start for the Niners over, I guess Steve Young was injured. 243 yards passing, but 2 interceptions. Jim Everett had the start for New Orleans. 12 for 26, 156 yards. And, there was not much scoring this game. Mario Bates had the game-winning score for the Saints in the third quarter. So this must have been like a really awful game in San Francisco.
Definitely sounds like, without Steve Young, of course, Niners are the defending champs.
Ugh.
Kevin Sullivan there messing with Luger on the outside.
Yeah, those devil horn face paint on Sullivan, scary as hell.
Yes. I concur.
I love that he has lightning bolts all over his trunks. All right, so our Sunday night game this week, because remember, Scott, back in 1985, the Sunday night package would have been split between TNT and ESPN.
Yes.
So this would be the last game TNT would have for this season. It was New York Giants and the team now known as the Washington Commanders.
Correct.
New York defeating Washington 24-15. And Dave Brown, 139 yards, a TD for the Giants. Rodney Hampton rushed for 83 yards. Mike Sherrard had 79 yards and a TD for the Giants. Gus Frerotte threw for 345 yards, but threw 4 interceptions. Jeez. And Henry Ellard had 6 receptions, 111 yards. Leslie Shepard, 7 yards and 7 receptions and 135 yards. And the freaking, Washington could only score 15 points. Ridiculous.
I didn't realize Henry Ellard was still in the league in 1995.
And then our Monday night game this week, the Bears going 6-2, defeating the Minnesota Vikings at the Metrodome, 14-6. Eric Kramer for the Bears, 18 for 25, 231, 2 TDs. Ward Moon, 28 for 42, 252 yards, and no touchdowns, though. But Curtis Conway had a 48-yard touchdown pass in this game. That is week 9 of 1995.
Some fun names there.
I actually got the players of the week, actually, from right here on Football Reference. AFC Offensive Player of the Week was Andre Rison. Chris Dishman, the Defensive Player of the Week.
Chris Dishman.
And Matt Stover, obviously, for kicking the game-winning kick for the Browns. Scott Mitchell was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Vency Green, the Defensive Player of the Week. And the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week was Tyrone Hughes from the Saints. And obviously, Scott.
Yes.
1985 would be a great year for you football-wise.
Yes.
With the Dallas Cowboys going on to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl 30.
Correct. Even after that atrocious, whatever the hell happened in that game in Philadelphia, when pretty much Barry Switzer was trying to lose the game by calling the same play twice because he's dumb as a box of rocks.
What are you doing, Kevin? I think Kevin just pulled a Barry Switzer right there. Why'd you do that, Kevin?
Terrible. Always issues with the Dungeon of Doom. No wonder they could never take Hogan out.
But guess what? Now we're going to have Randy Savage and Lex Luger, Scott. Now I'm excited.
Yes.
Oh, that's a great slam right there.
The golden spike.
The golden spike.
The golden spike in his boot.
Yeah, probably. Ah!
Do not know what the deal was there.
Someone messed up on the finish.
Kind of sounds like it. Golden spike.
I guess Kevin missed his cue to get into the ring. Oh, we're going to go back to Mean Gene. Oh!
How young he looks.
Oh, my God.
Wow. He looks so young.
And he goes on to be a staple for 30 years.
Pretty much. Yep.
Ooh.
You've got to be kidding me. I'll hold the microphone. That is the oddest outfit that that the Giant has on right now.
That is the most ridiculous motor outfit. I guess
it is.
I don't know if that's the proper outfit you wear to a monster truck show.
It's like a ludicrous flak jacket.
Yeah, to protect you like from flames or whatever.
That is crazy.
I gotta say though, Scott, when I saw the Giant for the first time in 1985, I'm not gonna lie, that guy was like, when you see him, like, it's like, damn, that guy is freaking tall.
Yes, totally.
Oh, here we go. This is the big tag team matchup. It's Arn and Pillman against Sting and Ric Flair. And of course, remember, Scott, the previous month we had the big Ric Flair Arn Anderson singles match at Fall Brawl.
At Fall Brawl, which is on my GNWA GWCW top 100 matches of all time list. Flair and Arn from Fall Brawl 95. So, there's my boy with his Troy jersey.
There he is.
There's my boy.
I love those Cowboys jersey with the star on the shoulder.
They were nice. They are a reminder of when they lost that 94 NFC Championship. And I don't know if we actually wore them again, but they might have worn them in 95.
Remember Barry getting pissed on the sideline over something?
Yeah. Well, they fell behind 21-0, and they almost came back and won the game. They lost 38-28. So here is Sting. 95 was a big Sting red and orange year. He wore a lot of red and orange, although I guess it's because it's Halloween. He's wearing, Halloween color.
Yeah. I gotta say, is there like never a time where Sting didn't wear anything like not great? Because every time you see Sting, it's like any outfit he wears, it's like it's automatically great.
Yes, I agree. And you can start to actually see that Sting decided to stop dyeing his hair. So you can start seeing the dark roots.
Yeah. And of course, Scott, since we last did our last show, we're getting close to the end from Sting's career because, as we all know, next year at AEW Revolution, Sting will have his final match.
Correct. That is correct.
And we eventually see him. Of course, Ric Flair recently made his debut in AEW.
He did. He showed up to. I mean, he's not going to do anything. I seriously.
No.
Don't. But he's a free agent. He's a. And the one thing about the WWF Legends deals is that they're very flexible, so they can go and do other stuff. It's not like a regular, like a deal where a guy could go in and something like that. So
yeah, it's like do whatever you want to do. We don't care.
Yeah, not pretty much. So this is probably the longest match. This is the longest match of the night at 17:09. Right now, Sting wrestling, in essence, a handicap match. I mean, let's be honest. Flair is not in the ring yet. Don't we all kind of know what's going to happen? I mean, come on.
I think even Helen Keller can see this coming, Scott.
Yeah, it's just, this is just dreadful.
I mean, even Sting knew, you're probably going to turn on me, Rick.
Pretty much.
Okay, so while we have this long match, I figure, why don't we talk about the top 10 movies of this week in 1985?
Sure.
Okay, so number 10 is Never Talk to Strangers with Rebecca De Mornay and Antonio Banderas. I think this was its opening week.
I remember that movie.
Yeah. Number 9, we got another Antonio Banderas movie. Assassins with Sly.
Good movie. Good movie.
Number 8, How to Make an American Quilt with Winona Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, we have 3 Wishes. That's a Patrick Swayze movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Number 6, 7.
Oh, sick movie. Good horror movie, but twisted.
What an amazing twist it was. What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
You don't want to know what's in the box, bro.
You don't want to know what's in the box.
That proves, it especially ages well, that Kevin Spacey is a sick man.
He is a sick man. Little do we realize how sick. But yeah, crazy. Good horror movie, though. If you haven't seen it, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, quite good.
Number 5, Now and Then. I think Melanie Griffith, Rosie O'Donnell. I forget who else is in that movie. Number 4, I think Copycat with Sigourney Weaver and
John Lithgow, I think, right?
Yeah, Holly Hunter.
Yep. Holly Hunter, good movie.
Number 3, Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy.
Oh God, I love Eddie, but that movie's not good.
No. Number 2, Powder. Oh my God!
Oh Jesus!
Jeff Goldblum was in that, I think.
Yeah, that's awful.
But number 1 in the second week, Get Shorty.
Wow, not a bad movie.
Yeah, the John Travolta comeback continues there.
Yep. It's a solid movie.
Yeah, but also I want to mention another movie. Wasn't in the top 10, but was in its second week at number 15. Mallrats.
Oh, good movie.
Oh yeah, because that film made no money at the box office. I think it wasn't until that was one of those movies where once it got to home video, like VHS, that's when it took off. I mean, that was like Kevin Smith's big follow up to Clerks.
Yes. Yep.
And a dynamite cast. I think Jason Lee. Shannon Doherty, obviously, a young Ben Affleck. I mean, and I got the, since I always like to talk about my physical media. About 2 years ago, I got the Arrow Video Special Edition Blu-ray, and the highlight of that Blu-ray, Scott, is it actually has the hilarious TV edit of Mallrats.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get that.
One of my favorite moments from that TV edit of Mallrats, because the scene where Jay says, where he knocks out the 2 guys, all it took was a fat chronic blunt, gets edited to, all it took was a fat karate punch.
Oh, God. That's dreadful.
And clearly the guy dubbing Jay does not make any attempt to sound like Jason Mewes.
No.
Oh, nice slingshot to Brian there.
Yep. This has actually been a fun little handicap match. Sting has done, the Sting yeoman work.
And, of course, with Brian, we got to mention, this is like the very beginnings of the loose cannon character.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, Brian Pillman was so awesome.
He really was. Oof. These guys doing the yeoman's work on this pay-per-view. Working a handicap match. Crazy. Oh, wide shot, and here comes Rick, who's not even dressed.
Oh.
Oh, notice, I'm not touching, Arn and Pillman, not touching them.
Just lightly tap. Now, he's taking the shirt off. Oh, he's got a big-ass bandage on his head.
Wrestling in his slacks.
Well, let's face it. If you're Ric Flair, it's like, I'll wrestle in slacks. I don't care.
I'll wear my $1,000 alligator shoes. With his terrible haircut.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad haircut at this time.
That was a very bad Flairish haircut right there.
Maybe Rick was psyched when he found out the Panthers won in overtime. Maybe that's what got him out. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come out for this match. Oh, Panthers gotta win, baby."
Woo! Go, Kerry Collins. And now Arn and Pillman are working Sting over, and Flair just kind of, wooing and standing around, and they're kind of angry there, Rick, but, Oh.
Now you see if Jesse were here, he'd be screaming, "That's a disqualification with the shoe."
Yes. According to Tony, a $1,200 shoe. Or Bobby. Oh! Up goes the knees.
Ah! Ow, my balls.
Flair is like just totally coked up right now.
Well, like I said, Scott, he's pumped over the Panthers win, so he's like, "Yeah."
He had to rip his Kerry Collins jersey off.
Oh.
God, Flair's acting like such a lunatic. Maybe it's a Sam Mills jersey. Was Sam Mills on the Panthers at this point? I don't know.
I don't know. Let me look. I got Wikipedia. I didn't think I was going to be Wikipedia searching Sam Mills, but
trying to figure who were on the '95 Panthers. So,
Sam Mills would. Yeah, this would be his first season. So
there we go.
Yeah, because he was with New Orleans. I forgot he was with the Philly Stars in the USFL. Sam Mills.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Sam Mills.
Yes. Very sad. Oh, Arn with Sting in the abdominal stretch.
Okay, while we're looking, I gotta see how many points Justin Herbert scored for me in fantasy tonight. So. It's 37 Chargers, 30-7 LA. Oh, wow. So. I got 59 points from Justin Herbert, and I'm still probably gonna lose my matchup.
Wow, that's very points heavy.
To my own brother, no less.
Ugh.
Oh, this probably explains why Austin Eckler is who I'm playing against with my brother's team has 32 points. So.
Oh.
Jeez. Oh well.
They are totally working Sting over. Has not gotten Flair into the match.
Woo!
Still working him over.
How many years have you been working in WCW, Bobby? You should know Sting would. Oh yeah, Savage Luger, WrestleTRAXX, a title match.
We're almost there. Still working him over. It has been in terms of psychology, a well-done match because it just seems very convenient that Flair just keeps falling a few inches short of helping Sting out. But no one's really catching on. Although at this point, you probably should. I don't know if there was much tension involved with Pillman and backstage yet, and his slowing unpredictability. Sting fighting back here. Sting's getting very frustrating, though. He's not tagging in. Now, that was interesting. Why would Arn give up the pin and not let Flair hit him? Interesting. Now, Flying Brian working the legs. I feel like this match is longer than 17 minutes. Maybe it just feels like because Flair came in late and this match has been going on for about 10 minutes since. Working the legs. Sting's a mess.
Yeah, all his face paint's now off.
Yep. But he has been dominated in this match.
I gotta say, Rick has been the highlight of this match. Just standing on the sideline,
just totally flipping out like a coke fiend on the apron. Totally flipping out.
I'm here, buddy.
I'm here, just not here enough. Bear hug. Now trying to go for the submission. Sting's just taking like I don't remember this as well as I thought, but I did not remember Sting taking this much of a shit kicking. But it obviously fits with the story because he's pretty much wrestled alone through the whole match. Jesus frick! Oh my god, it's like he's doing the UTEP two-step. What are you, Tim Hardaway?
Oh my god!
Up. Nope.
Grant Hill show him some dance moves. Like
exactly. Still working it. Still working it. Throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel. There we go. An opening.
Oh, a double knocker.
Double knocker. Crowd looks trying to get into it. And he gets the tag. And there it is.
Oh!
God, it only took merely like 6 seconds. Oh my god. I think Sting's mouth's busted open.
Oh.
Flair rips the fake bandage off.
Come on, Nick and Randy, do something, you jackass.
Yeah, come on, Pee Wee. So, big shock here. Ric Flair returns. Well, I guess he was a heel because technically he was a heel against Arn. So this whole month has been a little kind of flaky anyway. But the long and short of it is the heels are back to where they belong. The Four Horsemen, well, three of them anyway, are together.
And the
Flair,
fourth
Arn,
one,
Pillman,
Flair,
and so.
Yeah, Flair and Arn and Pillman. Yeah, the Horsemen are back, and well, the fourth one who joins, we don't talk about him.
Yeah. Well, depends. So Mean Gene is now out on the stage.
I love Genie's still stealing the hot one.
There is Road Warrior Hawk with a very young Mike Tenay.
Yeah. And of course, Mike Tenay, should mention him and Don West recently got inducted in the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Correct. It was last weekend at Bound for Glory. Him, Mike Tenay, Don West, and Tracy Brooks all went in. Now we go to school. Wow. Arn literally caught that Coke cup with his chest. All you bloodthirsty fans out there asked for this. Now you got it. Deal with it.
Reunited, and it feels
so good. Nothing beats some peaches in here. Good quote, Rick. Doug Dillinger. What is the condition of Sting right now? I don't know. Doug Dillinger's in terrible shape. He's old and he's fat. So why are we asking Doug Dillinger? Why would the head of security be an old fat man? I just never understood that in the history of WCW. Why would your head of security be an old fat man that anybody could kick the shit out of? Seriously. It's funny, Tony asks, so all that like kicking and fighting last month at Fall Brawl, was that just all a ruse? Very different. But I always said that this was kind of the very different thing between WWF and WCW is that the announcers take a minute to kind of reset things after every match. So, speaking of Mike Tenay, God, that's 25 years ago, and he looked 60 years old there. Mike Tenay is interviewing Lex Luger. Luger will be taking on Randy Savage later in the evening. As a matter of fact, maybe it's next. No, it's not next. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Luger.
Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, he's still feeling the effects of that spike.
Now, of course, Lex Luger has been with the company back with WCW for, a couple of months now after being the first defection from the start of Nitro. Good little promo here by Luger. Trying to establish himself at the top of the ladder, wanting and referencing the WCW World Title. Back to the announcers. I feel like it's just a lot of like stalling fluff.
Yeah, they gotta get ready for those monster trucks.
Yeah, I feel like there's way too much talking here.
Oh, I think we're gonna get the backstory here and coming up. Oh, we're gonna have Eric Bischoff and the guy who built the trucks. Yeah, Bobby feels the same way about Hulk Hogan that I do about Tom Brady.
Little do we realize that in about, 7 months' time, Bobby would be right.
And that's what makes the whole thing, like, the whole whose side is he on, make so important. Because it's like, Bobby's never had any reason to trust Hogan. So it's like, it's completely in character. Oh, yeah, remember, he's supposed to be the son of Andre. It's not hot!
Oh, it's ridiculous.
This is so stupid. It's so
when they used to say that Hogan was his, that he was Andre's son.
Oh, here it is. Here's the Giant gonna run over Hogan's motorcycle. Get the hell out of there. Oh, he broke his neck. Now I'm going to make an even bigger monster truck, brother. A bigger and stronger, more powerful monster truck, Mean Gene.
But don't give that motorcycle to those stupid people. I need mine. Why do those stupid nobody people need a motorcycle? Brother.
This is so stupid. Oh, he's going to confront the Giant. Oh, this is so great. Oh, there's a woman with a cane. It turns out to be Kevin Sullivan. And then they're shaving off the mustache. And then, what is this, Scott? He's in black?
He's in black with his burgundy boots?
The fans were stunned. Look at the Zodiac on top of that truck. And then last week, the Master told of a plan of insurance for Halloween Havoc.
I'm telling you.
Oh, there it is. The Yeti. And the Giant was choke slamming everybody. Oh, man. Oh, wait. The ice just broke. A mummy? What's a mummy doing on a block of ice? But oh, man, they're welding those trucks for the first time ever. We got machine against machine. And they're going to control those two. And look at it. They're going to morph into a man against man.
And Hogan looks so much younger without his mustache. 1995 was just such a weird fucking bizarro wrestling year.
It was so bizarre, but so awesome. Oh. It's Eazy-E, baby. And this old guy.
Oh, my God.
I think he's the guy that designed Bigfoot. But I could be wrong on that.
No, I think he is.
So Bigfoot, that was like one impressive monster truck. So I can understand why they decided to have this guy for this. Because like the kids they all loved monster trucks in the 90s.
Oh, totally.
Hoss. Ooh.
All right. This is a waste.
Yeah. Like we want to see them fight on the roof. We want to see the monster trucks. Come on. Oh. Oh, let's do it. Here we go, Scott.
There he is. Come on, Doug Dillinger. You're so tough. You're a fat old man trying to hold back two guys who could absolutely destroy you. I did like Hogan's monster truck with the arms coming out of it. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Truck has to be completely out.
Yes. That's okay. So it's kind of like sumo where the two guys wrestle out of the circle. The two trucks have to battle and go out of the circle.
Yeah. I'm glad they got the Marines on loan for this match to provide security for Doug Dillinger.
Yeah, really, because Doug Dillinger couldn't protect children. I do like Hogan's front bumper is the world title belt. That is actually pretty cool.
That is sweet.
That is pretty cool.
Imagine those cars going by being like, what the fuck is that on the roof?
Oh my God, a truck just fell! Don't worry about it. I think it's rigged. All right, never mind. Let's go to the Red Wing game. Who are they playing tonight? I think they're playing the Devils.
So now they're welding the trucks together. Now I gotta say, Scott, how come we do not have this more often? Sumo monster truck matches. This should have been a thing, like everywhere.
Could you imagine a Bloodline sumo truck? You'd probably be pretty cool. Well, they are Samoan, so it would actually be pretty cool. I think that would be great. A Roman Reigns sumo truck.
Or like a Kevin Owens sumo truck.
Yep.
A Cody Rhodes sumo. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are watching history, Scott.
We absolutely are. This is what you wanted, fans. When you voted for this show on this month's episode of WrestleTRAXX, you wanted this. Oh, and of course the Yeti. But
oh yeah, there are charges around these. What do you call those things, Scott?
Cones.
Cones, yeah.
The road cones, yes.
The road cones.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like charges. Like it's this explosion out of a video game or something. Something Something like out of Mutant League football. You stand in the wrong spot and your player dies.
The Dungeon of Doom. The ground is a bit wet. It has been consistently drizzling in Detroit over the past couple of days.
And I believe Tony has said on what happened when that this was taped the night before. So
correct. Yep. Just for those that may not be watching or just listening to us, Hogan's monster truck is yellow, of course. It's got two arms coming out of the sides, and the front bumper is the world title belt. The Giant's truck is white. It says Dungeon of Doom, and the back is ribs, I think. It's supposed to be.
Are those supposed to be Tyrod Taylor's ribs, Scott?
Well, if they are, they're about to be smacked.
Oh,
He's
no.
taken out by Tommy DeVito's ribs so he could play. Oh, we did get a little bit. The Giant did get pushed outside, but not the whole car.
Oh.
Oh, now Hogan's in a bad position. Oh, now we're spinning again. I cannot believe they wasted time on this. I can't believe they wasted pay-per-view time on this. This is ludicrous.
Can you imagine someone? I was a stupid kid. I probably would have asked my parents to pay money for this.
Oh, totally. I agree.
Luckily, we knew somebody who had a cheater box. So.
Yeah, well, if you had a cheater box, that's pretty good. We are still battling here. Now the Giant's in control. Now it's stopped. Now Hogan's in control. And now it's stopped. And now the Giant's in control. And he's taking some momentum, and he's pushing Hogan towards the cones.
Oh.
An explosion. But the whole bumper, nope. Hogan fought back. He survived.
Oh, thank God.
He looks like he's driving in a tuxedo.
Oh, Hogan, yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a tuxedo.
Looks like he's going to a wedding after this.
Exactly. He's driving the monster truck to the Uncle Elmer wedding. Still, I don't remember this being this long, but still battling. Two 11,000-pound, 1,500 horsepower trucks.
Man, this is history, Scott.
This is history, Greg. You have gotten your wish. We here at the PTB Wrestling Network are doing monster trucks.
People are going to remember, Scott. I mean, it's been almost 30 years, but I bet 100 years from now, people will remember this forever. Oh, wait. He did it. Hulk has won this sumo match.
He pushed through.
Yay. Oh, no, the Giant is pissed. Save that energy, Giant. You have a match later on tonight. Wait, what are you doing, Giant? Oh no, Doug! Where the hell is Dillinger? Probably he's asleep again. Oh my! No, guys, no! Don't go on the roof, guys! Don't do that. Come on, guys! Slow down, guys!
Come on, Doug Dillinger, do something, you fat fuck! Do something!
Come on, guys! Get a hold of yourselves. You got a match coming up. Get off the roof, guys! You're gonna do something. Wait! Oh my God! Oh no, Scott!
Oh my God, Doug Dillinger, you fat fuck! Where were you?
Oh no! Hulk Hogan has just committed murder on pay-per-view, Scott. We're all witnesses to a murder, and now we're taking a look at the water. Like, I don't know why we're looking at the water. I guess it's supposed to...
either. Were we just under a highway? What the fuck?
And Bobby's like, I can't believe this crap.
He's probably thinking, why couldn't the Giant push him over? Well, Bob, you need to leave.
Oh, now finally they got security on the roof.
Literally, they were choking each other for about 6 minutes, like 4 minutes, on that on that roof. What's the word I'm thinking of? On the sill there, and nobody came.
Well, the famous part we just saw, Bobby asked Bischoff, did he land on the street side of the water? Is like, yeah, you got like a parking lot and whatever. What difference does it make? And Bobby's like, whatever. Well, Scott, I don't know how we're going to go through this. I mean, we're not going to have a main event, Scott.
We're not. This is going to be our main event. Yeah, the total package, Lex Luger taking on the Macho Man, Randy Savage, in what many consider maybe a number one contenders match.
Yeah. Everyone's in shock.
This is crazy. Doug Dillinger was late.
Doug Dillinger fell asleep, and his laziness caused a man to die.
Exactly.
Oh. Yeah. Absolutely. I think people are demanding refunds right now, Scott, that we're not going to have a title match.
Well, it wouldn't be. It's not the first time, and it most certainly wouldn't be the last time that fans of a WCW show would ask for a refund. We shoot ahead 3 years for when they really wanted a refund.
By the way, one of the tombstones says Elvis lives on it.
Yes.
Oh.
We don't know who the babyface is. I think they both are.
Yeah, technically both are still baby faces, so it's like whatever.
As Bobby would say, whatever. Look at that guy rocking the Chris Spielman jersey.
Oh yeah, Chris Spielman. I actually pulled 2 Chris Spielman cards and 2 packs of junk wax during taping of it was the thing on TV last week. So
speaking of wax packs, Mr. Diener, for those that know me personally and saw my Facebook, I spent the weekend up in Cooperstown, New York, at the birthplace of America's pastime, and I went to numerous little memorabilia shops up and down the main street, and they were selling vintage 82 Donruss wax packs, 86 tops. Unfortunately, the packs were $20, but I was saying to my other buddy, and Dr. G was with our crew, and I said, "Do you think the gum's still good?"
No.
Like, oh, the gum is most definitely still good. Oh, Luger looking for a handshake.
Oh, friendly handshake.
Kick the fucking shit out of him.
Yeah. Come on, Macho, put it there. Oh.
But yes, selling wax packs. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually got, you know what? I gotta say, the best baseball set, in my opinion, just personally, Topps 87 with the wood grain.
Love it. I have the whole set, and I collected, not bought. I collected it, and they had a in the Hall of Fame. You can make your own baseball card, and they give you they put your face on 5 different classic Topps cards, and one of them was 87. So my face and my name is, I'll have to send it to you. My face and my name is on an 87 Topps card. It's pretty cool.
Good. My brother, like, he has a ton of signed cards. He's like, wants to get as many signed 87 Topps as possible. So like last year I got I think last year there was a signing out in Nassau County at a mall around Christmas time. I got Doc Gooden, Howard Johnson, Wally Backman, Bobby Ojeda, I forget who else. Oh, Mookie. I got them all on 87
nice.
tops. Yeah, and I got a photo op of all of them. It was great.
Nice.
But while we're watching this match, Jimmy Hart has come to ringside, and I guess he's got to tell Nick Patrick, man, you're not gonna believe the crap I saw. Yeah, I don't know why Jimmy's out here. I guess to tell Nick Patrick we're not gonna have a main event, I guess. This is going to be headline, Scott, tomorrow morning all over the world, that the Giant fell to his death on the roof of Cobo Hall.
That's right.
And Hulk Hogan has committed murder. Well, he did say, we all know what a man with black gloves and a do-rag can do, so.
That is true.
Damn it, find out right now.
What has happened to the Giant?
I love how distraught Bobby is.
At least I will say this. They did a good job of setting this show up. So if this was the main event, it's not entirely the worst thing in the world.
Oh, those kids were sure pumped by that. Oh.
It's been a pretty good little brawl.
What the hell, Tony? We saw a man die, and your first reaction is like, well, wasn't that sumo match incredible? Like, what the hell?
Incredible of death.
Jimmy, I know you want to tell Nick the news that we're not going to have a main event, but come on. This is not the right time, dude. One, two, three, four, five. Nick, come on, do your job. What the hell are you doing? Oh no, Jimmy got knocked the F out. One, two.
Savage wins.
Well, I guess that's a pretty lackluster main event, but
yeah,
Savage
does get the win, whatever that means.
What the heck are they doing in that truck? Are they drinking? Macho just tore up a sign that said Macho Lex can't beat you, and Macho Man was like, F that, I just beat him. Oh, and he held the trunks. No one noticed that.
From our angle, I didn't think he did.
Oh.
Well, I guess we're gonna fade out.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to end this. I guess.
Yeah.
This is.
So we thank you for listening. Wait a minute.
Huh?
Bobby and Tony are talking, saying we're going to go outside. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, the show's over, guys. So our number one contender's dead.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He's sleeping with the fishes, literally.
Oh, Bobby just walked out. Walked out on Tony, so Tony's sitting there alone. Nothing yet on the Giant. So show up. I mean, or if we don't know if he's going to show up or if he's in the river. Oh, Bobby came back. So we're not sure what our deal is here. Yeah. It's kind of a mess.
This is 1995, and we have phones, walkie-talkie communication. We can talk to astronauts on the moon. We can find out what's going on 50 feet from this building. I need answers now.
We have phones.
Oh yeah, this is very personal for Bobby. Oh, now we're gonna recap this tragic event that has just happened.
So we're recapping what happened earlier.
Oh my God.
Hogan won the monster truck sumo. The Giant is pissed. And now he, in his weird looking straitjacket outfit, he goes after Hogan.
And Doug Dillinger, I guess he decided to eat some donuts or something.
Yeah, seriously. How do you not stop these guys while they're this close to the ledge? Jesus, Dillinger, you fat, lazy shit. What are you doing? The Giant literally looks like he's got, like, a straitjacket on. Or it's one of those heat flak jackets like Kane would wear.
I love that Hulk tried to catch him. Like, what was that going to do? Like, grab onto his leg or something?
Hogan's like, I better get the fuck out of here and go back to the WWF before I go to jail.
Then we see the shot of the water again.
Looking like something just disturbed it.
Oh.
Bobby thinks communication skills are piss poor in this company.
See, Bobby, if this was 20 years from now, you could look everything up on your cell phone.
But they wouldn't have been able to milk these last, 7 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Unless we find out that Doug Dillinger's eating another peanut butter and banana sandwich. Elvis lives.
You don't care, Tony.
You could care less.
It could be. I love the Tony nod. It could be. Yeah, it's a sad situation.
People, do anybody have a walkie-talkie?
This is a sad situation, Scott. We just saw a murder on a live pay-per-view, and I guess now we're gonna go to the ring with Michael Buffer.
And here's where WCW wasted money. We don't have a match. And here's Michael Buffer to say something anyway.
Well, Michael needs to get that paycheck for saying, let's get ready to rumble, so.
Sanctioned by the WCW and the Michigan State Athletic Commission for the WCW Heavyweight Championship of the World. Coming to the ring at this time, let's welcome the challenger. What? He's from the... Hearing Michael Buffer say he's from the Dungeon of Doom.
It weighs 450 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait, there's been a change. I'm sorry. Coming down to the ring, the man who just murdered the Giant in front of everybody.
And where's his accomplice? Donut-eating Doug Dillinger.
The King of Hulkmania!
Oh, God.
Oh, man. What is this crowd doing? You're cheering a guy who just murdered somebody, guys.
But you don't understand. He has no mustache. He must defend the honor of his facial hair.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah, stealing WrestleMania 7 poster.
Come on, simmer down, guys. I gotta explain my story before the cops arrest me.
What just happened out there, brothers, is that this is almost like Hogan's already a heel.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. Well, Scott, this is it. I can't believe we're not going to have a match tonight.
Nope, we're not. Doug Dillinger.
Wait. What? Wait, what? Why are we hearing the... Wait. Oh, my God! Oh, my God, Scott! He survived! How did this happen?
And Doug Dillinger's not going to jail for being accessory to murder!
I love how Bubba was like, fuck that! I'm getting the mic! Let's get ready to rumble! Oh my.
This is kind of crazy.
This is nuts! The Giant has survived death. Was there like a magic portal that sent him back to the Dungeon of Doom?
He was resurrected by the wizard.
Oh, that explains it. Oh yeah, there might have been layers to that roof. Okay. Oh, he's alive.
Bobby just said he hopes Giant throws Hogan off the roof now.
Giant's like, what the fuck? Oh, I see. Hogan's got the Taskmaster devil horns. And that's why the Giant was like, huh? Oh, it's the dark side of the Hulkster.
Oh my God.
This looks so ridiculous.
This really does look ridiculous. I almost forgot how Hogan looked with no facial hair on. It's just so bizarre.
Oh,
he looks sick.
Like, he really needed that mustache. And, when he became Hollywood Hogan, that beard kind of, helped him, too.
It offset the mustache. It always looked good. Even if he Sharpied it. Of course, in case those don't know, Hulk Hogan found the Giant, Paul White, down at a bar in Tampa.
I think prior to this, hadn't the Giant wrestled maybe 4 or 5 matches on the Indies or something?
Probably. I'm assuming he went to the power plant for a little bit.
But it's this is the very beginning of someone who would have like a great run in WCW.
Totally.
And then go on to WWE and have even more success there.
Correct.
And also, whenever I think of the Giant, I always think of the Nintendo 64 game, WCW NWO World Tour with him and Hogan on the cover.
Yes, I had that game. I had it for PlayStation.
Oh my!
He's working them.
And even like this early on, it's like he is terrifying in that.
He really is. I mean, he was an amazing specimen and very unique. I can't believe Hogan actually wrestled in that outfit.
Well, we saw Ric Flair wrestle in those ridiculous pants.
That's true.
This has been
the
a
heel
night of
slacks.
heel slacks.
The heel slacks. Damn it, brother. The Sharpie on my forehead's making me lightheaded.
Oh no, he's too strong, Scott.
Too strong.
Hey, Scott, what do you think Jimmy was telling Nick Patrick earlier? What was that crap about? I don't know what that was about.
I don't either. We already had one heel turn tonight, although one of the least predictable, most predictable switches ever.
Yeah.
Ric Flair turned on Sting.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not going to have another heel turn tonight, Scott.
Nah, I doubt it.
No. I don't think anyone would be that stupid to do that, much less two.
Yeah.
Imagine how crazy that would be.
Oh. Oof, that elbow could have given him a concussion.
I dropped him.
I gotta say, I almost said Big Show. Giant definitely kind of like knew his limitations, knew what his strengths were, and rolled with them. But he was very, very agile.
Oh,
in that
that's one hell of a leg drop there.
It really is.
Oh, this crowd's going insane now.
He's fighting it. Hogan's fighting it. Oh! Pushed Pee Wee back a little bit.
Get out of there, Pee Wee. I gotta do my 10 punches. 6, 7, 8.
Oh, and the bite? He needs some back scratching now.
Ah,
there it is. That was predictable. I totally saw that coming. What's a Hogan match without some epic back scratches?
Come on, Hulkster. Scratch that back, baby.
Battling. Oh, gives the clothesline.
Oh, man.
I tell you, Greg, I don't think we'll ever see Hogan wear black again.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is just a phase.
It's It's a phase. Clotheslined him out of the ring.
Now that should be a disqualification. This match should be over by Bill
Yes,
Watson.
I agree.
And even the Giant agrees. It's like, well, F it. I'm going to go home. Damn it, Hulk. You should have let him walk out.
More troll than it's worth.
Like, do you really want to be an accessory and try to commit a murder again?
Mm.
Boop. My foot, he fell off the roof. Yeah, I agree, Bobby. He was definitely shoved off that roof.
Now they're just throwing themselves at each other.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. And now an eye poke. More back scratching.
Imagine all the kids at school tomorrow saying to people on the playground, yeah, that was sure crazy last night. Hulk Hogan almost murdered somebody on a roof.
Yep.
And Hulk selling that backbreaker like death. Yeah, not good strategy there by the Giant. You should have gone go after the neck. But I mean, the Giant's so distraught. He almost died tonight, Scott. So
he did. And the first person he attacked when he was resurrected was Doug Dillinger by sticking his head in a jar of jelly.
yeah, I bet you Abraham Lincoln, when he was NWA World Champion, never had something as bizarre as dealing with a monster truck match 20 minutes before his match.
Yes. John Wilkes Booth pushed him off the top of Cobo Hall. This bear hug seems like it's about 20 minutes long. They both look like they're smiling.
Man, and I thought Later Tonight would be like one of the most gayest things I'd ever see in this match.
Oh. Down with a slam.
Oh, God. Oh, you fat couldn't champ.
Back to the bear hug.
Oh, yeah. 8 years ago at Pontiac, they all thought Andre was too strong.
Yeah.
We can't say what it is legally, but you all know.
You know. Wink, wink.
No.
Oh my God, this bear hug. This is the Super Bowl of main events.
This is like the NBA playoffs. Oh,
a good choke slam, actually.
First choke slam of many.
Yep.
Oh, thank God. Well, it's over. Cover him, Paul. One.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Shucking and jiving. But
oh, he's back, baby.
Shaking. You.
One, two, three.
Is he gonna do it?
He's gonna slam him. You just do it, Hulk. Stop. Just do it already. Okay, there
it is.
I saw this 8. I don't know.
Try to do the same angle as Mania.
Yeah, it didn't work as well. Wait, what just happened, Scott?
I don't know. Well, Jimmy Hart's over there, but the referee is now out.
What happened? Did Brandy Anderson have a heart attack or something?
Did Doug Dillinger trip and slip on a jelly stain?
Jimmy's like, what? What happened? Jimmy's like, I don't know. I don't know, baby. I don't know what happened. He just like tripped and fell or something. Okay, well. No, he got hit. Okay. Yeah, they have been phone cups all night, but wait, what? Wait, oh my God! Oh no, Scott!
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy, how could you? Oh.
What a good bear hug. Imagine if somebody gave him a double bear hug.
Could you imagine?
That would be crazy.
That would be nuts, Scott. But I don't think that's going to happen. That would be nuts.
I don't know. Jimmy Hart's waving somebody down.
They're waving some.
Who is it? I don't understand. It's Luger and Savage.
Wait, what? Why would they? Huh? Wait. Oh, Jimmy hit Savage with a belt.
What is this?
And the Yeti!
The Yeti!
And oh no, Scott! Lex Luger's just turned. What is going on here?
He just attacked Savage.
Oh my! This is.
And then here comes the Yeti, and now we're gonna, whatever that is.
What in the hell is going on? Who is on whose side? Yeah, that's exactly my thought, Tony. Who's on whose team here?
All I'm worried about is Hulk Hogan is getting molested.
Yeah, he's like, I just dry up the Hulkster. Now what am I going to do here?
So now after tonight, WCW has like 342 heels and 6 baby faces.
We saw like attempted murder. We've seen like dry humping gay sex. Oh wait. The Giants. Oh, the Yetis doing the same with Savage.
Savage. Well,
so now it's like, forget that.
This is a fun party.
This is the. You will never see a pay-per-view like this again. Oh, you damn right, Bobby.
No, and we hope not to. So, we have no idea what's going on. All these heels are happy. We still don't know what the hell the deal is. For some dumb reason, the Giant takes the belt.
Oh.
I guess it was a DQ. Yes, the Giant won by disqualification, but the belt cannot change hands, except Jimmy Hart apparently, well, we'll find that out the next night, that Jimmy Hart put in the contract that it can change hands on a DQ, but that gets the waters get a little muddier, and things get kind of weird. Did you say something about a bedpan?
Yeah.
That's what Doug Dillinger's using right now. Anyway.
Oh, the Yeti's so happy. He dry humped the Hulkster.
He dry humped the whole kit and caboodle.
Oh.
While we are watching the recap of the end here, I want to thank everyone for joining us for this fun little sojourn through WCW history. Terrible belt shot there by Jimmy, but it is Jimmy. So, while we were seeing the recap of whatever the hell just happened here, we're letting everyone know that for the month of November, starting on Monday, November 6th, so next Monday, we'll be putting a poll up on the Place to Be Facebook page, Facebook group, to vote for our November WrestleTRAXX. Now, unlike the past 2 months where we have had 3 choices, this month we're only going to have 2. And Greg, why don't you explain to everyone why we're going to have only 2 choices for November?
Okay, well, on It Was a Thing on TV, as we do on the podcast every year, we cover the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade from a certain year. So our first year we started in 1983. Then we went to 1984, 1985, and 2021. Last year we did 1986. So for this year, we're covering the 1987 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Now, of course, that Thanksgiving night, we had Starrcade 1987 and Survivor Series 1987. So in tandem with that, we're going to have in our poll your choice of either Starrcade 1987 or Survivor Series 1987.
Correct. So starting on, if you're listening to this on Halloween, starting next Monday, this coming Monday, November 6th, for a full week, so from Monday, November 6th to Monday, November 13th, we will have the poll up, and you've got a full 7 days to vote on which show you'd like us to do in the month of November. Starrcade 87 or Survivor Series 87 in concert with the guys doing the 87 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We will not watch the Cowboys lose in overtime to the Minnesota Vikings on that Thanksgiving Day. I remember that game very, very well. The Cowboys lost 44-38. So we're not doing that. But we will do either Starrcade 87 or Survivor Series 87. The choice is yours. So that poll will drop on Monday, November 6th, and stay up until the following Monday, November 13th. And you will have this, and that episode will drop on Thanksgiving, which will be November 24th? 3rd?
Yeah, 23rd.
November 23rd. And we will do that for you. So we hope you enjoyed tonight. It was kind of wonky and crazy because that's what this show's all about. And we are so happy that you voted for this one, which is a little different. So, Greg, that was a lot of fun. You can find Greg on Twitter at...
Oh, no, you cannot find me on Twitter because I'm not on Twitter anymore. So, obviously, we follow the craziness. But you can find my podcast, It Was a Thing on TV, on Instagram and Threads over at It Was a Thing on TV. So...
All right. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Scott C. Podfather, but you can follow the brand on Twitter at PTBN Wrestling, and we do polls, not this poll, and we do the wrestling time travel and all sorts of stuff. So check that stuff out at PTBN Wrestling. Have a wonderful Halloween. Enjoy your month of November. And don't forget to vote. And we will talk to you Thanksgiving on the WrestleTRAXX.
Peace.